is good, guys? It's your boy Corey.
It's your boy John.
And welcome back to the Artist Your Job, where we feature stories from today's rising artists.
Yes, sir.
If you like being inspired, don't miss out on our weekly episodes, so be sure to hit that subscribe button, bell notification to be notified when we drop new episodes.
Yes, sir.
Guys, we are going to dive right into our guest. Our guest today is a b-boy turned chiropractor who discovered the power of chiropractic care. He graduated from Chiropractic College in San Francisco and went back home to become Seattle's top chiropractor and is now here in LA to start a new practice. And guys, he has been here before. He was actually one of our second or third guests on the podcast. So we are so happy to have him back here.
Yes,
guys,
sir.
Please welcome Donovan Smolich.
Let's go. I'm back again.
Look at this place.
Yeah. It's been 2 years, bro.
Yeah,
so we're
crazy.
Yeah, we're excited to have you back on the show. So thank you for coming through.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We got to get some updates on you, see what's been going on, because there's a lot for sure within a 2 year span. So I'm sure we got a little bit to talk about, but before we do, let's get into the drink of the day.
All right, the drink of the day is a Hispanic-inspired cocktail. It's called the Cantorito. It's like an upgraded version of the Paloma. So basically, it's tequila, orange juice, lemon juice, lime juice, grapefruit soda, a pinch of salt, and then I rimmed it around with some tahini. And yeah, that is basically the Cantorito.
Well, this is going to be the first because I've never tried this.
No, this is
So
the
it's
first
on the artistry job.
Yes,
so
this is the first.
Let's go ahead and hop into it.
All right, cheers.
All right,
To a good
cheers.
podcast.
Good podcast.
Let's go.
Let's have a good one.
Organic. I'm just kidding.
Is it organic?
I can taste some lime in there. That's good.
Lime,
Pretty
just
good.
lemon.
I mean, it kind of tastes like a margarita.
Yeah, it does.
Just a
taste
regular
like-
margarita?
But with orange juice, I guess.
With orange juice.
Yeah.
I guess it's more sour.
Yeah, it is more
It
sour.
is more
Because
sour.
it has lime and lemon.
Yeah,
you
the
know?
orange juice definitely adds a little bit of
and
sourness.
And it usually comes in like a clay pot.
Yeah.
That's the traditional way, but yeah, I just made it in a glass.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thank you.
Pretty
Fancy. I like the rim
Hey,
job.
fire.
Yes, the rim job. Hey, let's go.
Let's go. All right, let's go ahead and get into it.
Yeah, so, I just want to do like a small little recap for the people who haven't seen our episode 2 years ago. Because I think that episode is crazy. Your story is crazy. You're originally from Seattle, who started out as a b-boy and went to school to become a chiropractor. And during your time as a chiropractor in college, you were actually homeless.
Oh, yeah.
Taking showers in Starbucks bathrooms, and you were so malnourished that you could barely speak. You started doing your chiropractic in a small back office, and then you expanded to your own place in Tukwila, Washington. Through your success with social media, you are now live and breathing in LA, where people often mistake you as being Mexican.
Oh, yeah. Did I tell you that? I was kidding. He just personally said that to me.
I mean, did I miss anything, or like did was
You
that
did
a
a
good
perfect
recap?
job.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Especially the
About
Mexican
me.
part at the end.
Yeah, the Mexican part at the end. Yeah.
Okay.
My Mexican patients are going to quit now.
No, literally, me as well. Like that has happened tons of even in Seattle. I would get like, some Latinos just coming up to me and speaking Spanish right away.
Yeah.
Like expecting that I'm, Hispanic or something.
yeah.
But it still happens everywhere for me. Like I'll be in even at my new job I just started. Like there's a lot of Hispanics there, and they automatically start talking to me. And on my first day, I was like, "Oh no, sorry, I'm
An accent.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry.
Sorry. No, and, like I said, it's honestly I feel bad because it's like they automatically jump to the conclusion I'm like Hispanic, but I'm like. I'm Filipino, guys, and stuff like that.
Come on.
Yeah,
Mixed Filipinos get Mexican
Facts.
vibes.
No, but
Right.
I think we get that vibes,
Yeah.
because we're both half.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like we give off those vibes, I guess.
You
So,
guys do
embrace
look
it,
Mexican.
too.
yeah. Hey, we are in LA where, of course,
a lot of
majority
mixed,
is
yeah.
mixed
Yeah.
Latinos and
Yeah.
stuff here. So it definitely makes sense. But I still don't. I maybe look a little
bit.
Hispanic.
Yeah.
I don't know about
Yeah.
Donovan. I think Donovan
Yeah.
still looks like
He could be
Filipino.
like
I don't know.
European, maybe.
For some
Yeah.
reason, like, all the Filipinos think I'm Mexican.
I don't know. I still think you look like Asian and like Filipino
Yeah.
to me.
You
Like
look
in
mixed
general.
for sure.
Yeah.
But not,
It's hard.
you don't
hard.
get
I
more
think I
like
do
Latino
too.
vibes to me. So.
But the Filipinos just don't recognize me. They just
I
pass
know.
me. I'm like, I'm Filipino too. They're like, really? And then they help me. I was like,
Yeah, no, I know.
Once
for
they
sure.
find out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we mentioned, it's been nearly 2 years since we last had you on the show, and it doesn't seem that long. I feel like,
Yeah.
you know, we literally just had you on just recently, but 2 years
Yeah.
goes by fast, pretty
Right.
much. And a lot has happened, and now you finally joined us. You know, of course, we're Seattleites, and now you're out here with us,
Yes,
living
sir.
here in calling LA home. You know, how was it having your own office like in downtown LA now? Because that's what you've converted to, like from Seattle life
Yeah.
to living here in downtown LA.
It was way different. It was like, it's hard to say. Like, because I transitioned out of nowhere to LA because I had such a big following out here.
Right.
Because I was originally flying back and forth. That's how I came on the podcast
Yeah,
the first time.
For sure, yeah.
But in downtown LA, I didn't even realize like how kind of crazy it is over there. People love downtown LA, but a lot of people don't like it.
Yeah.
But the
Right.
energy is just
I don't like it either.
off.
I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
I literally try to avoid downtown LA as much as
Yeah.
possible because
Most of us
first of
do,
all,
yeah.
like parking, traffic,
Yeah.
all that, and you know it's a great area. There's a lot to do down there, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think a lot of people think downtown LA is just a vibe in general, but kind of like
Yeah.
what we were talking about in here, like once you move to LA, you literally
Yeah.
don't need to live in LA.
It's like, don't
Right,
live in
right.
LA.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
be in LA.
Yeah, exactly.
Live in the
exactly.
outskirts and then do
Yeah.
the commute.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
learned that. It took me like a year. I
Yeah.
didn't even realize I'm here for a year.
Yeah, see,
actually.
yeah,
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Time goes by fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so now you've converted to your new location,
Yeah.
Burbank. So how is that going?
It's going really good. Like, it's crazy because when I went to downtown LA, I wasn't getting downtown LA patients. They're all coming from the Valley and Burbank area.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I was like confused, like, why is everyone coming from that area? And I started like talking to, I had to network like crazy because when you come over here, I came here with no community, so I had to build a community from scratch
Yeah.
out here.
Right.
So it wasn't like I had like this huge following in LA because I'm really popular in Seattle
Yeah.
and maybe different states, but LA, I'm actually new here.
Right.
So I had to build a community from scratch.
Yeah.
So I had to network all over LA, and then I finally realized like Burbank was kind of like the spot. So that's why we moved there.
Oh, okay.
And that location is way better because all my patients are from the Valley
Yeah.
area.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that goes on to kind of talk about like originally how I got down here too, because when I moved down here, originally when I was trying to get down here, I was already trying to connect with a lot of LA people, right? And because I don't know if we talked about this on the last podcast. It's been 2 years, so I don't really remember. But you know, me moving down here has been started since like 2015.
Yeah.
So, you know, I had already tried to move down here, get down here. So what I would do was try to, you know, network and connect with people as much as I can. So I definitely know what you're saying. It's like, it's kind of a struggle networking with
Yeah.
people once you move here because things don't happen like on the spot.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a while, you know, but that's why when I had already thought like I was gonna move down here, I was like, okay, I got to start like reaching out to models, artists, and
Yeah.
all these other people who I'm trying to connect with, so it'd be easier. But it was still a struggle, you know.
Yeah,
right.
Like when I knew I was already gonna move down here, I was like, I started hitting up multiple people like, hey, I'm about to move
Yeah.
to LA because I had no idea when I was gonna move here.
Yeah.
It was just something that was always in my mind. But when I finally had the chance to move here, I was like, okay, now I gotta fucking start networking. The good thing was I was already following these people and they were following me back, so it was
Yeah.
kind of easy to connect with them. But it's honestly hard to like connect with people off the bat. So the fact that you
Yeah,
already
right.
have like a fucking amazing client list and you're
Yeah.
already killing out all these, killing out everything with who you've met, it's amazing.
Well, you know, it's wild because I used to fly here every month. So
Yeah.
I would like
Right.
see a whole studio of patients
Yeah.
just
Right.
from LA. But what's crazy is to get to the next level, you have to struggle like crazy.
That's right,
So when I
right.
was in Seattle, like I wasn't even struggling anymore. I'm just
Yeah.
seeing unlimited patients.
Exactly.
Right. You got a wait
And-
list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a wait list.
Yeah.
And then when I was sensing my mind, I was like, I need to take it to the next level. If I want to reach out to like the whole entire world, basically, I have to come to LA because there's so much connections to different countries and stuff. So when I first came here, I actually had unfortunate events when I first came here. I was like, why do I have to always have like an unfortunate event and then turn it around, basically?
Yeah. Right.
So basically, when I first came here, I had a giant wait list, but then the whole wait list basically disappeared. Like everyone from the wait list was gone. So all of a sudden, I had to make myself into the next level, but not here, but like all the way up here. So I had to like get out of my comfort zone and like get connected with literally everybody in LA to have the mindset, like to survive. Gotta connect with the whole entire LA somehow. So basically, I networked with like every single type of person. Like we went to the Filipino community. I went to the acting community, all the producers, and I had to talk to all of them like every single day. Out here until I blew up this huge clinic. So I was struggling out here, and then I got connected with everybody right off the bat just because I was struggling like crazy.
Damn,
crazy.
And that's how you do it, guys. Like literally, that's what you need to do is just don't be scared to reach out to people, because it's either, you know, when you reach out to somebody and you offer a service, it's either a yes or no. That's the worst, you know, they could say is no. But obviously, like, if especially this goes for anything, if you're a photographer, videographer, chiropractor, it doesn't matter. If you're trying to offer a service and you're trying to build your brand, reach out. Like, that's what you got to do, because you just never know where it can take you next. Donovan's blowing up, guys. So
and you can't just expect it to come in like magically. You know, you got to put in the hard work.
Facts.
If that didn't happen, I wouldn't have took it to the next level. I would have settled for like a comfortable level, because I was used to it in Seattle, and like if people just started coming in like regular, I wouldn't have reached out to big people. And then basically the universe just gave me everything all in an explosion after 3 months when I came here.
You know what? That definitely pushes me, because we had talked about this before. I think I need to reach out to Snoop Dogg and get him on the podcast. Snoop Dogg literally goes on every podcast. So you know, I might have to actually reach out to Snoop Dogg.
But then you have to smoke.
I mean, hey, if it's just to get Snoop Dogg on, I will smoke with him. Like, honestly, it's one time, you know, it would be dope.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, it'd be crazy to have Snoop Dogg on here on the show, though.
Yeah, so you know, going back into you know, you've came down here like once every month, you know, and stuff like that. But what is something that you didn't realize until you actually moved out here? Like, what has been something difficult for you to adjust aside from clientele?
Like the difference between me, like just visiting and being here. Basically, I learned how to connect with people, like how to communicate with them, and where everybody was coming from, and how to get connected with everybody. Because like in Seattle, like I'll adjust like a big influencer, TikTok or whatever, but then when you get over that, you end up trying to adjust like people who are in big movies and stuff. And then that just takes it to the next level. So you're like, you first, I wanted to adjust like maybe like big TikTokers. And then later now I just want to adjust like big musicians and actors. And you don't even realize that until later. Like, cause when you start just getting big in the beginning, you want to get big TikTokers. Like literally that's my mindset. And then,
cause that's the most exposure.
And that's, anyone with a big following, you're like, oh my God, I gotta work with this person. Now it's like, let's choose who we want to work with that has good energy and wants to work with you. Like, because there's some bad people that have bad energy, and I work with them.
I mean, it's definitely our guests on the podcast. We are specific on who we choose to bring on too, because of the energy. So we know exactly what you mean.
You know, this is a great lead on to my next question, because, you know, since moving out here to LA, mentioning you've been adjusting really well-known people on social media, but also Hollywood in general. One notable person that actually caught my eye, and I followed his career for a while, is Trevor Jackson.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, see, I followed Trevor Jackson for a while. Obviously, you know, like his music, he was in movies. He supposedly dated Zendaya. You know, how the hell did that connection happen? Because I was like, as I even told Rachel, I was like, as soon as I saw him on your page, I was like, what the fuck? How did you work with Trevor Jackson?
Well, it's crazy because it was from a connection from a long time ago. So like when I write in a journal, like I manifest everything.
Yeah, I know we talked about that. We talked about that on the first one.
So when I first moved to LA, I was like, I need to make like some friends in LA that are big on social media or whatever. So I like connected well, I'm connected with my friend Debbie Sath, and she is also
I know her.
I've been following her for a minute too.
actress.
Yeah.
And I became friends with her over online. So I met her up and I adjusted her, and then became friends. And then later, I moved here like I think a year and a half later or something. And then I hit up again. I was like, hey, let's hang out. And then and she's like, hey, I have a friend I want to bring in here. And she's like a celebrity trainer. And I was like, yeah, bring her in. And we adjust her. And then she's like, oh my God, I have to bring my boyfriend in here. I'm like, bring him in. And then it's Trevor Jackson.
What the fuck?
And my friend Debbie doesn't even know that her boyfriend's Trevor Jackson.
That's crazy.
So just like,
You just never know who you're gonna meet.
Yeah.
Connection of a connection.
Yeah.
You just never know. Yeah.
yeah,
that's
so like
crazy.
it's great like connecting with people that have great energy, because the people with great energy will want to introduce you to people and you
sure,
don't even
right.
ask for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you don't
Right.
want to like force like someone who's famous that
For
has
sure.
bad energy to
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
hey,
yeah,
let's
yeah.
hang out. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
it's just
yeah,
like
for sure.
it's just very bad
Yeah.
energy. So it's always like she has great energy that we connect really well, that she connected me to her, and then
Yeah.
she had good energy too, connecting me to him. He has
Yeah.
great energy.
Yeah.
So that's
So
how it happened.
so when that happened, did you know who it was coming in, like, or when he came in,
Well-
or did she even say like, oh yeah, my boyfriend's Trevor Jackson?
Well, she's like, yeah, he's in some movies and stuff, and he sings. And I was like, everyone does that out here.
Yeah,
And then, so we look him up, and we're like, what the freak?
Yeah.
Well, Amber Lee knew who he was.
Yeah, see, I knew,
Yeah.
like I said,
Yeah.
I've been following Trevor for a while, like, cause
Yeah.
he was very popular on Disney.
Yeah,
like, he was
that's how
definitely,
I found
yeah,
him on
that's-
Google. I was like,
yeah.
what? I saw this show.
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, he was popular on Disney,
Yeah.
and then of course that's where it's like it was linked to him and Zendaya being, they dated, and
Yeah.
then I've been following his music career for a while too,
Yeah.
So yeah, as soon as I saw him, I was like, damn, what the fuck? Like, how'd you get Trevor on? So that's crazy. Like I said, just living out here in LA can really do some crazy shit.
You just
like
never
you just
know,
never
yeah.
know who you're gonna meet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know it's exciting in LA. Like, it's a whole new planet. Like,
Right.
you go to Seattle, and then
Yeah.
you go to LA, and a whole
Yeah.
new dimension. You're like,
No,
where am I?
you know what? Like, no joke. Like, we were literally just talking about this earlier with the Riddler.
Yeah,
Riddles,
Riddler.
our boy John.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were, because our boy John, Riddle,
Yeah.
we call him Riddles. He actually
Yeah.
just moved out here to LA, guys.
Right.
He actually took my spot.
Yeah.
In here. So me and for those that
He's
just,
retired.
Yeah,
He
just
should be
as,
He's
sitting
retired
there.
now.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
just as an
He's
update.
about to be a dad. He needs to move.
Yeah, just as an
Yeah.
update, me and Rachel are officially moved out of here, out of the apartment, but
Right.
we still got the podcast going on,
Yes,
so
sir.
it's still gonna be here no matter what. But
Right.
yeah, we were explaining to him as well. He's still trying to adjust
Yeah.
to LA life. It's only been a
Yeah.
week he's been here, which obviously makes sense. But we're telling him, it's gonna take time to adjust to LA life because
Yeah.
there's a lot of weird shit that goes on
Right.
here. You never know who you're gonna meet, first of all, because they
Yeah.
can be like an executive of a film
Right.
production or music production.
Homeless guy.
A homeless guy.
Naked.
You might see a
Everything.
naked, random, like, homeless guy running around.
Yes.
Bumps on his ass.
Yeah.
You're lucky if you don't if you get to meet those executive people. You don't get to be
Right.
homeless in the beginning.
Yeah, it's true.
That's facts. That's facts.
Those are the first people I came in. I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm a homeless guy. So.
No, but facts. Like, literally, the main thing we're just saying is, like, coming here to LA, you just never know who you're gonna meet. It's
Right.
like
Yeah.
it's a big ass city. And literally, somebody can know somebody else, and
But it's also like really fast paced compared
It
to
is
Seattle. Like
fast-paced.
we're
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Seattle.
yeah.
Yeah,
we're all from
Everybody,
Seattle, which is
everybody in
dope,
Seattle
so.
has their own routine. They
We're
go to
like-
9 to 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, we got Seattle
Hey,
on us
right
here.
Yeah.
right here, guys.
Hey,
Seattle
let's go.
all day.
I should have
So
worn
yeah.
something in Seattle.
Yeah, it's all
Family
good.
outfit.
It's all good. It's all good. No,
Yeah,
but,
so it could be like overwhelming for
Yeah,
some,
yeah.
Yeah, for
exactly.
sure.
You know,
For sure.
coming
Great
into fast
experience,
pace.
by the
Yeah,
way.
but it's a great experience. I feel like it does make you stronger.
Yeah,
you
It
have
does-
to.
That's
if you
what
want to
we're.
grow.
That's what we were literally talking. What I was talking about with Riddles earlier. Like, moving to LA and being here in such a big, fast-paced city makes you stronger.
Yeah.
It-
Right.
I was explaining to him, don't let LA change you, because us Seattle people are fucking like, we're
Yeah.
different. We're
Yeah.
way different than people here.
I
in
feel like
LA.
we're more down to earth.
We're more down
Yeah,
to
yeah, I
earth.
feel
I'm
like
not
for
gonna
sure.
lie.
Yeah,
And
who
you
wouldn't
know,
want to go out with us?
Yeah, exactly. We're the shit. Come on.
you know this. You know this. As a
Yeah.
another Seattle,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we're definitely different than LA people.
Yeah.
So that's why, I was also telling him, don't let LA change you, because it can change people quickly. So just, you know,
starting the Steiner Shades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not even popular.
It
No,
Indoors.
exactly. No, but literally just keep your Seattle roots and you'll
Yeah.
be good. You know, and that's what I was just explaining. So
Gotta be yourself.
facts. Be
yourself.
yourself. That's
Be
the
yourself.
point. Be yourself.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah,
yourself.
don't let it change you.
Facts.
Yeah, but after that little tangent, you know, going back into you, you know, you've
Going back
adjusted.
into me.
Yeah, going. Oh damn.
Going back into him, yeah.
Okay. And before Amber Lee. Okay, going back.
Yeah?
Yeah. But you've adjusted so many people, like thousands of people, from kids to bodybuilders to celebrities and even people with unusual disabilities. You
Yeah.
know, what has been your most memorable experience throughout all the years?
Most memorable experience. Well, a lot of memorable experiences happen out here. Like I worked
Right.
on this because I've been working on complicated patients, and a lot of them don't want to get
Right.
recorded. But I like adjusting them. I mean, I like adjusting famous people,
Right,
but
right.
also I like adjusting the people who can't get the care that they need.
For sure.
And I
Right,
had
right.
someone who came in, half her jaw, she had a tumor in it like
I
over
seen
30
that.
years ago.
Yeah.
And
That
she
went
had-
viral, right?
Yeah, that went
Yeah,
viral,
that was
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, so she had to get half her jaw removed, and then they did surgery, and then her jaw was shut and half, like a little bit open, so she
Yeah.
couldn't eat real food
Yeah.
for her whole entire life, and she couldn't get dental work, so she couldn't get like,
Wow.
and she just had
Anything.
this pain around her whole head her whole entire life, and
Yeah.
then so she got denied by like 10 different health practitioners. So I was the last resort. You know,
Yeah.
I'm always last resort basically.
Hey, but
Yeah.
you're the good
Yeah.
resort.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had her come in, and then I worked on her jaw. And when she first came in, I was like, wow, she didn't even tell me this before she came in. It's a surprise. And
Oh,
then
wow,
I was like,
yeah.
well, I love working on everybody, so we're going all out. So I worked on her jaw, and we ended up able to open it up, and she was able to get dental work for the first time.
Wow.
And she had the nicest things to say. She kept messaging me like everything she felt. She's like, this is the first time I ever felt like there's no pain on my head. I can open my mouth. I can speak, because she couldn't speak.
Right,
Now she
right.
could speak much clearer. So that was a mind-blowing experience
Right.
for me. And I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Aside from all the views and all of that, you really like helped somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You changed their life forever.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I believe that's my purpose.
Right, right.
So that's why I always go all out. Like I
Right.
go all in everything I do,
Right.
and I learn all the treatments so I can like practice on people, like work on people that have that condition
Yeah.
that no one wants to work on.
Right.
So
And
that's what
even
I wanna
before
do.
like the followers and the views, you actually used to like adjust people. I forgot where you went, but you went overseas, right?
I went
adjust people?
I went to Fiji,
Fiji.
and that was the
Fiji,
first time
yeah.
they ever had chiropractors over there, because they have no health care over there.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine got us to the first trip to Fiji, and we adjusted all of Fiji, and we went on television over there, and the president got adjusted by us, and so
Wow.
everybody took a boat
Yeah.
Yeah.
to get adjusted by us, and I had to adjust like over 100 people a day.
Damn,
crazy.
So I
yeah.
adjusted over like 1,500
Yeah.
people. Like,
Damn.
And that was
in 10
before
days.
you even started recording people. Like that's
yeah,
crazy.
I didn't even record them.
Exactly.
But we're making like huge breakthroughs. That's like when I was working
Yeah.
on people who had like Parkinson's.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
This should have
yeah,
been
yeah.
a documentary.
Yeah, I
like,
know.
that was crazy.
I was like, oh my god, this is
Yeah.
like too much for me. But I was like, I have to do this if I want to grow as a
Yeah.
person
Exactly,
and to
yeah,
help
yeah.
people who need the care that no one wants to work on. So
Right.
that was the first experience, and that blew my mind. It's like
Yeah.
an
Right,
adventure.
and if you could do that, you could help anyone.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we're planning on going to different countries. Like the first one is Philippines, so
Okay.
that should happen soon. And we
Yeah.
should be adjusting the whole Philippines.
Damn.
You know, I'm putting it
Damn.
out there.
That's like
but-
a million people.
Yeah. Wow, that's a lot. How am I gonna do that by myself?
And
That's
once they
gonna-
find out you're Filipino, not Mexican, you're gonna
Yeah.
go crazy.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, first I
Yeah.
flew to Mexico first.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're like, this is a mistake. I'm supposed to go to the Philippines. I didn't go to Mexico
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, right. So that's your most like memorable experience, but what has been the most difficult? Because a lot of people think it's kids, but kids are
Yeah.
actually the
Uh-huh.
easiest.
Yeah.
Right?
Kids are the easiest. Like I did an orphanage in Fiji. It was so fun. All the kids
Mm-hmm.
are laughing at me because I'm soaked. And they're like, you should get adjusted by that sweaty dude, not that person. Go to the crazy guy.
Right.
But for children, like I also see children who have different conditions like muscle dystrophy, and they have a hard time crawling. So
Oh, wow.
I learned like procedures to help them like laser their brains and stuff. So I do like a
Wow.
lot of laser treatments for like brain issues like ADHD, or if you have trouble paying attention to school, or like muscle disability. So
Okay.
we work on children, and I teach them how to crawl. Like I'm a baby too, and I like crawl with them, and then
Yeah.
we laser the brain at the same time.
That's dope.
So that is when it gets difficult, but I want to work on everybody and help them as much as I can.
Right. So what would you say was your most difficult experience?
Most difficult
And
experience.
like overall. all ages.
Let's see, all ages.
Because you cure everybody.
Yeah.
So there's not much has been difficult because you solve the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder which one was the most difficult, because there's people that come with like a fake leg. You know, I do the ankle adjustment, their leg comes off. I'm just kidding. It's like on Deuce Bigelow.
Use my shot hand. Deuce Bigelow. Damn.
So wait, has that actually happened?
No, like it was stuck on there. Thank goodness.
Oh, okay.
I was like, wait, this is not a real leg.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's
What about
hilarious.
this
Oh
one?
my god.
But
That's crazy.
but I work on people like they have like fractures on their like I work on the people that are most complicated. Their jaw is knocked out. They had a concussion, and their body is fractured. So I had a patient who had like a concussion. Their jaw was knocked out.
Yeah.
And their body was fused together like this.
wow.
So I had to like put them back together. Like
Wow.
I had to work on their jaw. I had to laser their brain. And
Yeah.
and if you guys, I muscle tested both of you guys. So I muscle
Right.
test them,
Right.
and I work with their emotions. So the emotional part is almost like what causes most of the symptoms. Like if you're in fight or flight your whole life,
Yeah.
Right,
you're
right.
not going to recover. So you just have this tone.
Yeah.
So I work on their physical body and their emotions. So that the most complicated patient was the one who has concussion, TMJ, like jaw issues, and their body is just like this.
Wow.
Damn.
And I had to put them back together literally.
Yeah. And this wasn't recorded.
Yeah, a lot of the people who have problems do not want to get recorded, and I'm like,
right,
it's
right,
totally okay.
Right.
I should have forced. I'm just kidding.
Well, you need consent.
I want you to be uncomfortable the whole time when you're getting worked on.
Yeah.
That's
No,
true.
it's crazy. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm still kind of laughing about the leg one, just because I love Deuce Bigelow and I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
guys, like, you're hearing his story, like, this is amazing. Like,
Right.
so I just definitely want to say, if you guys are ever looking for chiropractic care, go to
Yes,
our
sir.
boy Donovan. Like,
Yes,
this is who
sir.
you need to go to, you know? So I do want to get into this. I finally, of course, got adjusted. My very first adjustment
Yes.
ever by my boy Donovan.
Yes.
And honestly, like I mentioned before, like when we first met up, I was actually scared about it because I was morely scared about like having my neck cracked.
Yeah.
And I literally thought, I was like, oh shit, like, is he gonna kill me? Or, you know, some shit
Right,
like
right,
that.
right.
But the whole adjustment was amazing. Like, you know, you made me feel comfortable, all that. And I came out feeling great. Have you dealt with other people that have been maybe scared or to be adjusted at all?
Oh yeah, everyone like it's funny. Everyone that's scared loves watching adjustment videos because they're so scared. They want to feel the adjustment through the cracks
video,
are up at
yeah.
3 a.m. They're like, oh my god, that's amazing. I'm so scared I can't do
ASMR,
it.
yeah.
But they end up coming like about 3 or 5 months later to see me, and they always tell me the exact same story. Like every week, every new patient that comes in, like, I was so scared, and I finally came in,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm glad. And
Yeah.
then they end up loving it so much that they end up just coming in consistently. Like
Right.
the fear is just like everyone has fear, but like when they realize it's nothing to be afraid of, they end up loving it.
Yeah.
And they
Right.
and I educate them like
Yeah.
that cracking sound, your neck is not falling off. It's
Yeah.
just gas flying out the joint.
Yeah,
So
Right.
everyone loves it. Almost everyone's scared. I'm not even kidding. Like every single new person that comes
Yeah.
in, I'm scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, like, I even told Rachel, too. I was like, I told her, damn, like, low-key, I'm actually kind of scared because, you know, one thing, like, of course, I watch a lot of movies, and you see
Yeah.
when somebody neck, like, gets cracked,
Yeah.
especially when you twist it sideways, like, they're dead.
You gotta do
Like-
it like this.
Yeah.
And then it really
Yeah,
comes off.
see, that's
Well, he's
what I-
also really old, so his bones are fragile. Yeah, so he was really scared.
No,
I did
no.
a geriatric style.
No, but literally, like, I was low-key, like, scared, and I told you this. I was like, no, I'm actually scared about getting my neck cracked because I didn't know what could happen, but it was not as bad as I thought it was, and, you know,
Yeah.
I just definitely want to tell all our listeners or viewers out there, it's not bad. Like, if you are scared of having chiropractic care or scared of getting your neck cracked, don't be scared. It's actually not as bad because when you did it, it was very light.
Yeah.
But you can hear the
That-
cracks. Yeah.
Right.
Because I think, you know, when you watch the videos, it's definitely, it makes people scared because it
Yeah.
looks like you're like,
Yeah,
You know?
I make it scary on purpose on my page.
yeah, see? No, but
You
honestly.
build up. You ready for this?
I'm like, this person's not even scared. I'm testing you.
Yes. No, but it really wasn't that bad.
Right.
And I felt amazing afterwards, and it was a great adjustment. One thing I definitely want to say is like, have you had any bad experience with the customer not liking the adjustment or just being an asshole in general?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, usually those kind of people, like, I've only had it like once or twice, and they're really quiet and they don't even say a word, and it's usually a really like masculine, quiet guy, and I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And the experience is already bad. He's like, "Let's just do this." Like literally, the people that have a bad experience, they already gave himself a bad experience.
Right, from the jump.
I'll adjust him, and he's just like, "Okay, I guess I feel like fine," and that's literally the experience I had like with the patient, and then they reschedule and they say, "Hey, I want to come back in," and they just do not show up, and they just like and they just ghost you. They want to come back in and they ghost you on purpose to waste your time.
That's
So I had that
crazy.
I think a few times. And then and the bad experience, like when people get too obsessed with you because you're online. And then when you can't see them that often because there's a lot of people coming in and they always schedule last minute. Those people are so obsessed that they could get crazy sometimes. So they're like, someone online is like, "That's not me." But I've had it so many times. So like, those are the only two bad experiences with patients when they're like already set up to have a bad experience, or they're too like obsessed.
Right.
No,
So have you had like fanboy or girls come through to the office and still like like they fan over you because you're big on social media, or
they go, "Ah!"
It's Donovan.
They ever had somebody who was like so obsessed? Like it was like a little bit like too much?
Well, they also have a crush on you, I feel like.
Okay.
So they're like, "Can I have a hug?" And I'm like, "Sure." I mean, I don't mind giving hugs, but like sometimes they make you feel uncomfortable. But in real life though, I mean, a lot of people, it's crazy because you get big on social media and you don't even realize how big you are.
For sure.
And people can recognize you on the outside every day. Like I walk into Whole Foods and like I'll be shocked every single time throughout the year. Like every time. And this one time I like to make a fool of myself in public because I just don't. I think no one knows me. And this one time I was at a sandwich shop and I was with my cousin. I was like, the person was like, "Hey, can I get a sandwich?" Like, "Don't have that one. What about this one? This one?" None. I was like, "What kind of sandwich is this?" And then I just started making a scene. I was like, "What kind of crazy place is this?" And then the person that was working, like making coffee, like, "Aren't you Dr. Donovan?" And I was like, "Oh my God, well, this is embarrassing."
Damn.
And then I ended up talking about it.
Yeah.
Making a whole scene as a joke for my cousin. And then I was like, well, I didn't know no one was going to recognize me.
Was that all here in LA or in Seattle?
That was in Seattle, and in LA, I didn't know anyone was gonna recognize me at all. But every time I leave my place, someone recognizes me. Like, went to a movie, I had like 3 people want to take a photo with me. We went to a
famous
movie with a famous. I forgot the famous movie, but everyone was taking a picture with this famous girl who was in the movie. It was like she paid for everyone to go in the movie, and I was just there and I took a picture with her too. And then everyone's like, "I want Dr. Don. Can I take a picture with you?" I was like, "What the freak? I'm not even famous." And then they'll take a picture of me, so I felt like flattered.
That's crazy.
So like, it happens like very often, like every week. So
what is your like weirdest experience with the fan? Like just in public?
In public,
maybe in the bathroom or something.
In the bathroom,
or
well, like in the bathroom, I'm like mugging everyone in the bathroom. No one talking to me. "Aren't you Dr. Donovan?" I'm like, "Oh my God."
Urinal, they walk next to you like, "Are you Dr. Donovan?"
I know, you can't.
And it's a girl picture.
It happens all the time. Like I had it happens all the time. Like I had this breakdancer come up to me. He's like, "Oh my God, I'm your biggest fan." I like couldn't tell if he was into me or not because he was wasted. And I was like, "Let's do a breakdance thing," and then we did a breakdance pose video. I was like, it's really fun. Like I haven't had anyone that's so insane. Like go crazy.
That's crazy
over me.
though. It's so crazy to me. Like honestly, like I haven't had that shit ever happen to me. But honestly, with you, just seeing like somebody ever coming up to you and like being, "Are you Dr. Donovan?"
Yeah, I'm mind blown.
I think that's mind blowing for anybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Like but obviously once you get used to it, I think you're just gonna be like, Peasants.
I mean, I'm
Just come here. 5 minutes. That's all you get. Come on.
Yeah, 5 minutes is all you get.
Well, like, my personality, like I love giving everyone my time. Like I'll talk to like a random person like the whole time just to give them good energy. Like I just like to help people. Like that's like the main thing.
Yeah.
And that really actually helps me like get my name out there.
For sure. No, it's always good. Like in general, just being a good person to everybody because you never know. Like you never know who knows you. Yeah. And then if somebody randomly comes up talking to you and like post on social media, Dr. Donovan was an asshole, and they low-key know who you were. Yeah. That was it.
You ruined it.
Yeah,
good thing I'm not.
Facts.
I'm just kidding, I am. I'm just kidding.
No, but it's literally like facts, like in general for anybody. Like you just never know, because some people may even be scared to come up to you and talk to you or even ask who you are, and you just randomly talk to him, and who knows, like low-key later on, your name's out there as an asshole.
Yeah, because the cancel culture is crazy right now, especially with social media. Facts. So you just never know. Yeah. But I think that's a good trait that we have, like as people from Seattle. Facts. We're really down to earth. We stay true to who we are. We don't let our environment. We were
literally just talking about this earlier.
We don't let our
people
environment.
Are superior.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. We are fucking superior. Like we are fucking superior. I'm not gonna lie.
No, but like you're good at what you do. He had his first experience, but I've been with you, like I think you adjusted me twice. And before that, I've actually been going to chiropractors. I went to Joint Chiropractor, I went to a private practice, but none of them had gave me the experience that you have given. And you're really knowledgeable about like educating as well, and like the after visit, of like how they could improve their mobility and things like that, and you explain to your patients like very in depth. So it was his first time, but me being experienced with different chiropractors, I definitely saw the difference. So bro, if anyone's listening, like you gotta get adjusted by my guy, because he is the real deal.
This is the only guy I would go to.
Exactly. And if those viral videos don't prove it enough, like just hearing from us, like you guys need to go to him for sure.
Facts.
Magic show.
Magic show. He'll make all the worries go away. Just like that.
Just like that. The last time we did have you on, we kind of brought this up earlier. We talked about your story. You literally were homeless during the years you were going to school. You also had a vlog, which you actually vlogged everything. And I think everybody should definitely go check out the vlog because it was crazy.
Yes.
I watched the vlog. I was like, damn, this is crazy. But I definitely want to touch on this matter. For people struggling out there, what advice can you give to people, because you literally went through it all? And I know other people are probably going through it as well. Like, what advice can you give to those other people?
So, advice for other people. You just got to understand that struggling has to be a part of the process. If you think struggling is you have bad luck and you're gonna give up, that's the wrong mindset. So you have to think that the struggle is gonna take you to the next level. Like automatically, if you survive the struggle, you get to the next level. But you have to understand your purpose, and that's why I like writing in a journal. Because if you do not understand your purpose and you're just doing something that's a hobby and that's not your life, it's not gonna get to the next level. So I would write in your journal and talk to yourself like, where am I right now? I'm living in a tree in a dark alley with a homeless dude. And you gotta write to yourself and like, hey, what do I really want, and what is my purpose in life, and what is it gonna take to get to the next level? And you gotta understand, like you gotta actually connect with people and grow yourself as a person. Overall, you gotta struggle, everybody. So if you're struggling right now and you want to hurt yourself, you're not doing the right thing, but you're on the right path.
I think that's true with anyone in LA. Like we have to have that struggle in order to get to the next level, because once we get too comfortable, that's when we stay stagnant and we don't grow out of that. So I think us as creatives, we never feel like we've reached the highest level at where we can be, because we're always struggling. We're always pushing the envelope to the next level. And, I feel like, we all can relate to that for sure.
Facts. So. And, that's why I was saying, earlier we were talking about LA. Us coming from Seattle is definitely a different vibe.
Right.
Being here in LA has definitely pushed me as a person to work harder, to work stronger towards what I'm trying to do and my goals and stuff like that, you know. And that's why I'm very appreciative of LA, even though it is a love and hate relationship. Like, there's so much stuff out here in LA that you will hate being from Seattle, but there's so much other things that you will love as a person, because LA definitely pushes you. Like, from Seattle to here, it's a different vibe. Like I said, you know, I feel like if I stayed in Seattle, I just would not be successful or in a place where I'm at right now.
Exactly.
If I was in Seattle, I would still not be at a place where I was comfortable with. So that's why I'm actually so happy and appreciative that I have been able to move out here and, you know, grow as a creative, get where my full-time job is, and, you know, stuff like that, because I just would not be able to do that in Seattle. So, like I said, you gotta take risks. You gotta follow your dreams and your goals, because you just never know where it can take you. We've talked about this many times. Like, sometimes you just gotta push. You gotta push yourself, because a lot of people out there are scared. They're scared for change. You can't be scared for change. Like, because that change could literally change your life in general. You know, and that's why. Yeah, amen.
Life is
He said a
serious.
whole fucking prayer. Can I eat now? Can I eat?
Hey, you kidding? You kidding?
This is a serious topic.
No, but it's literally serious. Like, this is anybody. Like,
for sure.
This is literally just in general. It's facts. It's for anybody. Like, whether you're from Seattle like us, or whether you're from New York, whether you're from Miami, like. It doesn't matter where you're at. Like, change is always amazing. Like, you have to make a change. You have to push yourself and go with what you believe in to reach the goals and dreams that you want to achieve. And this was just a place, I think, for me, and I know for you, and I know for you, this is where we just needed to be to actually make these goals and dreams come true. You know, so amen. Amen. So, no, just saying that to everybody out there that definitely has a goal or dream. Push yourself. Go with what you guys believe in, and I think you guys will definitely be successful in a certain matter. So
aside from the tangent from my grandpa, thank you very much. Amen.
Hey,
hallelujah.
Inspirational
no,
shit
that was facts. 100%.
100%.
But going back into Donovan, you know, congrats on all your success with expanding from Seattle to LA and hitting almost 500,000, you know, on TikTok. Yes.
Thank you.
That's crazy, bro.
It's tough, man. Actually.
So for all the people out there who's trying to crack the code of the TikTok and IG algorithm, like, what advice can you give to some of our listeners?
So for social media, the number one thing is consistency. You don't miss a day of posting, and then you got to understand what you want to post. And in the beginning, if you don't understand what you want to post that's niche or consistent, you actually just post yourself and different things that you're interested in, and see what pops and what you think is the funnest to post, and then you kind of figure out what you want to post. This is for everybody who's trying to get into social media. I've taught this so many times. Like, I've taught like a lot of people, and they blew up actually just from teaching exactly what I know about social media.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I could tell you that, but I don't know in what order.
You need to host some like webinars or something.
I know so much about it.
You do.
Like, even for making money, like it's easy.
Have you thought about doing an audiobook?
An audiobook?
Yeah, like maybe on teaching, because you could make some.
Or a masterclass, you know?
Yeah,
masterclass.
I was thinking about it tons of times, because I've taught social media so many times, and I got people to blow up their businesses.
Right.
And they always tell me, like, man, I work like 4 jobs, and then I go, dude, let's figure this out. Like, let's get you on social media. It's the number one thing to market, and let's figure out what you were interested in. And I help everyone for free back then, like, and they all end up quitting all their jobs and opening up like whatever they're interested in on social media, and they end up blowing up. And I just taught them, like,
you should be like a social media manager or a social media marketer, like that. Yeah, just for a consult, like that would be crazy.
And I'm so interested in like content creation, breakdancing, chiropractic. Like, I have to stay with chiropractic though, so it's like
Facts.
That's crazy.
You know, you've literally been having amazing success, like he mentioned as well, and it's so dope seeing you thrive. You know, like I said, we've been following you obviously for many years. And, you know, it's crazy seeing where you've gone from the bottom to the top. And, you know, I definitely want to know, like, what plans do you have next in store for your business, any big plans in general? Like, what's next for Donovan?
Okay, I was writing my diary.
No, do you still write in your diary even after being homeless?
Yeah, I write in it every single day, like throughout the whole entire. Because I'm not even kidding. That diary or journal, it changes your life. Like when you write in it, it stimulates your brain so hard. It creates new pathways. It subconsciously makes you successful, but the universe makes you successful. So you have you have the science and the spiritual making you successful at the same time.
Right.
So that's why like that journal changed my life. I made it up when I was homeless, and I created all these strategies in it. And I still write in it.
Right.
So I write in it throughout the whole day. But some big things I wrote in it was, if you want to be the best at what you do, you gotta think impossible. So like, if you are saying you want to be the most well-known in your community, you want to say you're the most well-known in the world. And so my big thing is I want to help everybody everywhere. So that's why we're trying to go to different countries. So we're trying to get approved to adjust people in the Philippines or in other countries. Like a lot of people want to invite me to like India, Australia, London, Philippines for sure. Like everyone wants me to come to the Philippines. So like we're going to try to make an impact in the Philippines and basically everywhere. Like
that's crazy.
I'm trying to make an impact everywhere. So I'm trying to educate people everywhere I go. Like
internationally,
I'll talk to someone who's still right in the head on the street, and I'll teach them everything they should know about health. It's like this is gonna blow your mind and make an impact in your life. So like I talk to everybody everywhere I go. So every person counts because it actually adds to building yourself and building your community around the whole entire world, basically.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's amazing. Like I said, you are literally making an impact for everybody in the world.
Right.
You're literally becoming Mr. International Pitbull.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. Like I said,
nipples.
It's crazy, you know.
Yes. And this is where your shirt comes off. Right at the end.
Get us those views.
Yes.
Get us those views. No, well, we are coming to the end of the podcast, Donovan. We definitely appreciate you coming on here. You already know Artistry Drop is all about being inspirational. So again, for any chiropractor or a future chiropractor, what advice can you give to them?
You gotta if you're a future chiropractor, you gotta make sure that chiropractic is for you. Because I have so many friends that just quit because it was all about the money. You gotta you gotta love it, and if you love it and it's what you like to do and like you love to heal people, you'll automatically get successful. But some important things is that you gotta like work on every part of yourself. Like you gotta write in a journal, and you gotta understand like everything. Like you gotta work on your health, you gotta work on your mindset, and you gotta be consistent at everything about yourself. Like if you want to be for sure successful, you gotta work on your health and consistent with every aspect of yourself. Be an expert at marketing, be an expert at talking. Even if you're shy. Like I didn't even talk half my life. Now I talk all the time. So you gotta, for anybody, you should work on everything about yourself and get out of your comfort zone and master everything you lack at, and then be a badass at what you're really good at right now.
Hey, let's go. Are there any shout outs you'd like to give to our viewers?
Let's see. Shout out to Amber Lee. She's a marketing expert. She changed her life out here.
Your assistant.
Yes, the famous assistant. You guys want to see her videos?
Got a whole playlist.
Make a shout out to Nick frickin' Wong. He always flies out here and supports me. He sleeps in my basement. Very successful, but he sleeps in my basement.
Your brother?
My brother, he has a chiropractic office in Tukwila, my old spot.
Yes.
And
out in Seattle.
Calvin. Dr. Calvin Smolich. And my sister Nicole, she does facials. I helped her with her facial business. She's blowing up in Seattle.
Hey, let's go.
She's also in that clinic too, doing facials.
Let's go.
Who else is there? Shout out to everybody who's trying to change their life. Because you're going to change your life right now after watching this podcast.
Yes.
Let's go.
Motivational.
You know, honestly, I'm not going to lie. Like, that definitely pushes me to want to write a journal.
Right.
Because I definitely used to be the type to write down my goals and dreams. But honestly, I kind of stopped. Like, it wasn't... I stopped at just a certain point. But... knowing with you exactly what you mentioned, you're still writing up to this day. I feel like I need to do the same.
It's gonna change your life.
It is. I definitely feel like
because you get comfortable with where you're at, and you don't really know how far you want to push yourself, you know, to that next step. But having that reminder written down definitely like reminds you of
Yeah.
like how much you need to push every day towards that goal.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like when you write in the journal, it's a special technique, but in the first couple of pages, I write down the most impossible things you always wanted in your whole entire life. Like if you wanted to be the biggest, whatever in your industry, you write down literally everything. If you want to learn how to do a backflip, you write that in there too. And I did that. That actually proved to me that I can do anything.
Let's go.
So I wrote that and then I actually did backflip, and my life changed after that.
Hey, see? There you go.
But you're supposed to also write. You're supposed to also talk to yourself like, "Hey, like I've been stagnant for like a year or 5 months. Like, why is this happening? Like, God, you gotta get serious. Like, am I like too scared to do something? Like, you gotta understand like what's happening and give yourself the answer in your journal and ask yourself the questions and make that you resolve that answer. There's always an answer to everything. You can't just be like, I'm broke and no one likes me.
Because those big goals,
which
you
was.
write
No
down,
one liked me either, actually.
Those big goals, you write down like small goals to get to that big goal, and that builds momentum into
step by step.
Yeah,
Step by step. Low key, I think I'm gonna start doing that again.
crazy.
You know, it is crazy because
yeah.
you know, just seeing your success, especially you know,
because
like
we've been here longer than you too.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, like I said, you know,
It's
but hey,
wild out
we're
here.
proud of you. You
Yes,
know,
of course.
Another Seattleites to another Seattleite, like we're proud. Like I think it's just in general we all support each other, especially being a Seattleite because there's not a lot of people in Seattle that blow up.
Yeah.
You know, like we're very rare. Like we're a very rare breed to the point where it's like we get big.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm definitely proud of you, bro.
Yeah. Super inspirational, bro.
Yeah, you're
like,
definitely inspirational, and you know, it definitely pushes me to want to get to where I want to be.
Right.
You know, exactly.
You
know,
will.
I will. No, I
And
always
you have to write in your journal.
We gotta write it down.
You
write
have to write it down.
I'm gonna write it down tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
buy a
even kidding.
journal.
It's gonna change your life.
No, I know for
Yes.
sure. No, and like I
crazy.
said, guys, like definitely take Donovan's advice, and
Yes.
you know, you see how inspirational this man is, how successful this man is. Follows his advice.
But not only
and, you know,
has he been like preaching, but he actually acts on what he preaches,
Facts.
and that is a very rare trait to have in a person. So yeah, he practices what he preaches,
Facts.
and you know,
Gotta be a master at everything.
Hey,
Right.
let's
Super
go.
inspirational. Yes.
Where on social media can our viewers find you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Dr. Donovan Smolich, TikTok at Dr. Donovan, YouTube Dr. Donovan.
Hey,
Just search Dr. Donovan chiropractor and you'll find me on all these platforms.
And of course, we're
Yes.
gonna link all his info in the description box below. But
Yes, sir.
Donovan, we of course appreciate you coming on the show again, bro.
Yes,
thank you
thank
so
you.
much. Like I said, big props to you for doing everything that you do. Big
Yes.
props for finally moving out here to
Yeah.
LA. We all
Expanding.
Seattleites out here.
Hell
You know,
yeah.
it's nice seeing
We're
other.
dying out.
Yeah, it's nice, it's nice seeing other
Yeah.
Seattleites out here. You know, so
Yeah.
we definitely appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
But anyways, guys, we hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, it's Artistry Drop. If you're not following us on Instagram, you can find us at the Artistry Drop. And if you prefer just listening, you can stream all our episodes on all major podcast platforms. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.